I met a gypsy.
So going back to this MXGP national idea, where would you do it?
It would have to be at the end of the season,
Yep.
not to offend, anybody, because, it would have to be August, September, because at that point, the world champion is in the top 20.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
there's no question. So I would say I would look at what the championship does. It could be in Indiana, make it mid-August in Indiana and have the 20 Europeans, the 20 guys that are 20 to 40 years. You kindly ask them to stay home or come and watch the race. And
You can't say that. Privateers are the backbone of this sport,
Just
bro.
one race.
Hey, you cannot say, how dare you?
Let's not get there.
I won't make you go there.
No, it's okay. We can go there, but at some point we have to bring all the best of the world in America to race.
So you would like it to be in America?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Why America? Why not somewhere in Europe?
Yeah, because I think the European are used to travel. The American are not. The European, as we speak, they are packing up their bike to go to freaking Indonesia.
Yeah.
So
Which they're all stoked about.
Yes, that's we all know.
Yeah.
And that's really the difference. It's like a Euro is like, hey, going to America would be a vacation for them.
Yeah. And they all want to ride the tracks.
Exactly.
They all want
and
to.
they would know they are suddenly Yamaha guys is at Star Racing and stuff like,
Fuck, that would be a cool couple weeks.
That would be unbelievable for the sport. I think for motocross, that would be kind of like the masters of, that would be the event that everybody is dreaming about. But, I've said it, I think it was in 2011, I traveled with Davey to Valkenswaard to meet with Giuseppe Longo, and that was kind of a general conversation. But since then, we had so many ups and downs, and now they all love each other. But, it's a good thing to love somebody. You have to do something too. It's like, friendship and love is one thing. Let's do something together. Let's elevate the sport in a way that's going to get people excited. And now, of course, you always have the concept like who's going to share, who's going to make the money, how it's going to be shared. That's a business. Let's get people with cigars, get in the room and make it happen,
Yeah, dude, I've never thought about it in that. Like, that does seem like a very easy solution. Like, not easy, obviously, but like that's a really great concept to bring the best riders in the world together for one day.
Yeah, and it would be like a motocross of nation without the team aspect.
Yeah.
So instead of, like Australia, struggling sometime to find 3 good guys, unlike France that we have dozens of guys.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, the teams work for France.
Yeah.
It's difficult sometimes for other countries. Look at Germany. It's a tough situation. You have Kenny and not so many people at the level of Kenny. So there would be like, there's no question. It's like top 20, put your bike in a crate as you do 5 times a year. And here you go to Indiana or, Butts Creek or whatever,
Glen Helen?
Why not? Why not? Is
that the move?
Yeah.
Glen Helen?
I don't know, this Glen Helen situation versus Fox Raceway, It's a tough one for me.
That actually is that actually is a problem that I didn't really fully understand because when it comes to this whole like Glen Helen getting a national back, Parla kind of throws a spanner in the works.
Fox Raceway,
sorry.
Please.
They sorry.
Respect my sponsor, my partner.
I have so many friends that work at Fox, I just didn't even realize how many of you fuckers there are.
Well, there is a good team at Fox.
There is. Like, when I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot of great people that work at Fox.
Yes, and even more, I've been working at Fox. It's kind of
over
like,
the years, the people that pass through,
And Greg Fox called me like maybe 25 years ago, or 20 years ago, and said, hey, what do you think? We sponsor the Motocross of Nation. And it was at a time where it was really lame. You know, I mean, it was not. And I was like, yeah. And he told me the figures, and I'm like, man, it's a fire sale. Do it.
That's a good deal.
That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
deal. And then it's been, and then, after after the U.S. Open, we were kind of family with the Fox family, and did a lot of work with them. They hired me full time as a global consultant like 17 years ago. So it's been a super interesting. A lot of things behind the scene, from helping getting the HRC to Fox about 12 years ago. Nestan deal, which it was run by Austin and those guys.
Yeah.
And lately we have a Spanish kid that's gonna look good in Fox next year. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Maybe on a green bike.
Yeah, maybe on a green bike.
When's
Yes.
that come out?
It's all gonna be at the end of the year.
So it'll get so they'll release that at the end of the year, you think?
Yeah, it's contracts. It's it's
Fuck, that's a great signing.
yeah. I think it was not easy, but it was the right thing to do at the right time. It's like there's a lot of potential there. Yeah.
Oh man, how much do you want to talk about that? Like, are we already saying too much?
No, yeah, I think I did. That's it.
I don't want to get you in too much trouble. Yeah, because there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. Edgar Toronteras.
There
his
he
name.
is. Yeah. So the Fox Raceway thing, when there was 2 Fox Raceways,
Yes,
the Glen Helen thing would have been much more appealing.
absolutely.
But now
Yeah.
there's actually a problem because the SMX, they clipped a national.
Yeah.
Parla being 2, obviously Fox Raceway being the second was the one that got clipped.
And all the nationals are super strong. There is no weak link. I think the weak link have been clipped.
Yeah.
Already. So, yeah, there's not nationals that are not worthy of being a national. In my opinion, I think they're all super good.
Yeah, no, I think so as well. But yeah, when I was having the whole conversation with Davey around the national going back to Glen Helen, I didn't realize, or I didn't think at the time, that would essentially mean that Fox Raceway would go. And there's a lot of people that enjoy Fox. There's a lot of people that don't.
Yeah,
But the reality is like they run a really great national, and they play ball. They've been working for a long time.
Absolutely.
And it's like, well, hey, you guys don't want to be a part of it. You guys shit the bed. We've created something good over here. Fucking peace. We're doing it.
There's no question that Glen Helen is a bigger natural track than Fox Raceway. There's no question about it. But it's not only the venue. Sometimes you have to have you need to have the stars lining up, and that's for some reason they haven't been lining up. So
yeah. But man, wouldn't that be a cool place to have the MXGP national?
Yeah.
Somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Just somewhere crazy, iconic.
Yeah.
They've had GPs and nationals been part of, both on
Maybe
the circuit.
that's the last race at the end of August.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work, but it's
there's a lot at play.
There's more politics here than ever.
Yeah.
Let's keep it in Indiana.
Yeah. So, what keeps you going through all of this? You just still love it just as much as ever?
I still love it, and I'm an avid rider, and fortunately, I've been lucky to be able to ride, and every time I ride motocross or enduro, whatever I can, or even mountain bike, it's kind of like a fountain of youth, and kind of like pumps me up to keep going. It's like I just come from Moab, where I've got a house, and I've been riding 3 days of unbelievable riding, and that pumped me up. It's like it resets. I know why I'm in motorcycle. Dirt biking is my life, and it's not a spectator sport for me. It's like I know why I'm drooling about dirt bikes, the sport in general. Every day it's like I want to ride. When you're 20 years old and you're riding, you have all your life in front of you. At my age, I want to ride 100 times a year, and it's what I'm doing usually. I try to put 100 times of riding a year, because it's it's just what keeps me going, and with a different twist. Like I got very involved in the electric field, and that's fun to ride. It's like I if I'm in Utah at my house, I'm going to ride one day on a 2-stroke, one day on a 4-stroke, and one day on electric. And at the end, I'm like, okay, let's go back to the electric, and then go back to the 2-stroke. And it's just so much fun, because every segment, 2-stroke, 4-stroke, electric, has something that gets you excited. And I know you're one of them, because we've been together at places where we kind of do that. And yeah, it's just like a different diet. There's not one diet. You can do different things,
Yeah.
So that's really my personal fountain of youth, is the ability to still ride at a decent level and experience what I'm trying to make better for the riders. It's in Europe, I grew up riding enduros because that was kind of like the easier way. You were getting out of your garage. Bikes have a plate, like in Australia. You're riding through the suburbs, and suddenly you're in the woods and you ride. Motocross was a little bit more complicated. You needed to have a truck or a trailer take your bike to motocross, but I still did it both. And yeah, I've got a soft spot for enduro, and I feel really good about what I've accomplished, about how I've been able to help the enduro world with enduro cross, and everything that's been done around that. But it's just a page of the book.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform, or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.